we're almost ready. We're live on Twitch now.
Oh shit!
Wow, I need another.
Oh,
I'm gonna need another drink for this.
Do you have a webcam, Bass?
Yeah, I'll pull up. I'm on my phone here, so I'll have to do that. Hold on. So I haven't played. Interface is a little bit different on PC versus Mac, so I'm trying to figure this out. Why can I not roll anything?
Not too sure.
I'll be right back, guys.
This is going to piss me off, piss me off, piss me off. I can't figure out how to roll. Oh, fuck.
For some reason, every time I drag my token onto the map, it disappears.
Dude, what the fuck?
I just reset permissions, so you should be able to mess with your character now.
I still can't
Oh,
roll.
Melvin, like when I click on him, like the token just disappears.
Why is everything going wrong? We've played this a million times and never had
Because
any
you
problems.
turned Twitch on. It's all Twitch's fault.
Refresh. I'm back out of Roll20.
All right, so here's the story of the fish wielding goblin at the festival.
All right.
Like, can anybody else see my token on the board?
Up at the top.
No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like in the middle.
Then no. Unless he's in like the top middle. Yeah. Top.
Oh, wait, I saw someone.
Yeah, and then so I drag my token onto the board, and then as soon as I click on it, it just disappears. I've never had that happen before. So I'll do it again. See, he's there. And all I
There
do
he
is,
is. Oh, and he's
go
gone.
click. Yeah. Not sure what's up.
I don't know. I don't know. Murphy's Law.
Damn it, Murphy. Oh, wait, we got a sideways boy. Oh, it's Coach.
You're muted, Bass.
What's up?
There you are.
Playing sideways. There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
there
he is.
I was on screen lock. Sorry, portrait lock, whatever.
There we go. And it
That's the way
looks.
suckers roll.
Wait, what?
He said portrait.
Only suckers roll on portrait lock.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Melvin, I'm not sure what's good,
Bro,
dude.
what the fuck is wrong with this? I can't get my league to close. Okay, there we go. Go to my task manager.
It's all League of Legends' fault.
True. True. You
Damn
play
it,
League?
Riot. Damn it, Riot.
I drug
So you
your
do
character
play
out.
League?
Can you move it now?
I'm gonna need a teammate here later.
I can move your character and it's still there. Can you get on do it now? James?
Wait, where am I? You took me off.
Yeah, I was trying to Google it. No. See, look down at the bottom, Melvin, where like the dragon head is. So like I'm trying to, I can drop my token onto the map, and then as soon as I click it, it just disappears.
It's
I
gone
have
now.
no idea because
It was there up until that point.
yeah, that's That's never happened before. And Michael, you can move your token, right?
Bro,
Yeah.
I don't understand why I can't put my token on the board at all.
All right, Kronk's on the board. Can you move it?
I can't see. I can't see Kronk on the board.
Well, I gotta roll.
Oh, there he is.
It just got moved. Yeah,
I moved it.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming. I'm having to switch my selection. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at me.
Now we got moving.
Okay, can Blumpkin move?
Alright.
I grabbed
Someone
Blumpkin
can
on the
fuck with
board.
me.
Can Blumpkin move?
I need to get back in, actually. For some reason, my
Sorry, folks.
Someone
Technical
can go to the ring and
difficulties.
fight. It's a fighting ring. Punch your enemies, kick your friends.
What about,
Punch your enemies, kick your friends.
John Smith, are you having token issues?
I've never felt like such a boomer in my entire life.
Yeah. That's the secret, Blumpkin. We've always been boomers. They just didn't tell us yet.
Okay.
Yo, I just thought about this, bro. We haven't played in like 5 months.
I know.
Holy shit.
We millennials used to play with pen and paper. You had to go to each other's houses. And
Whoa,
all you had to
calm
eat
down.
was Doritos and sadness.
You had to do math.
Math. Now the computer just does it all for you. One click of the button.
Don't talk about that math.
Quick maths.
If you needed an eraser, like, oh, you're screwed.
No, draw a new
Your
character.
entire character sheet. Gotta just make a new one.
No, we got so good at making character sheets. You could just whip out a new one with the new roll as fast as you could.
Okay.
We had this DM back in the day. We convinced him that the feat improved critical could be taken at level 1. So it changed your critical range from 20 to 18 to 20. So we would just take that at level 1 all the time. He didn't know any better.
I mean, like, why not? Yeah.
I mean, if your DM didn't know any better, why wouldn't you take that?
In one of the campaigns that I've DM'd, I made like a type of steel, like just dragon steel, and so like it's just like extra sharp. So if you hit something vital, it just does more damage. So those types of weapons had critical 19 and 20. Like enemies could have them too. It wasn't like a feat. It was kind of like having like a Valyrian sword or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a cold shot to the neck. Yeah, I rolled above 16, so that means I cut his head off.
Yeah. Enemies come in 2 pieces.
Are you back in Roll20 yet?
Yeah, I'm good now.
You can move the token?
Yep.
It's all good? All right. And then John Smith, are you having token issues? You're also muted, I think.
Yes, I need you to stick my token on there for me.
Oh, is that the trick?
There you go.
You should be able to drag, like, in the past they've drug it out themselves, but
I put mine out there from I'm the one that put mine on the board.
I'm not sure what the issue is now.
Yeah. I think we're good. Is Kronk, are you able to move your token around yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did before.
Yeah,
He
sorry.
threw himself in the fighting ring.
We're live, bro.
Yeah, I jumped in the ring, so
We're live, Bass.
I'm ready to go. Hey, I'm right here, dog. I'm just gonna grab.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
That's what we need.
Good luck.
Terms of service.
The terms. of the service.
I'm gonna grab a water. I will be back in 30 seconds.
I am going to move everyone to the entrance for obvious reasons.
You can't move my character for obvious reasons because I am special boy.
Calm down, Melvin. I always
Boom.
come in through the back door.
Heyo.
Weird.
Sorry, was this stream approved for children?
I do have the mature audiences. I set that one.
I was just about to ask if you put that on there.
I cuss too much when I play video games.
I really like that my little automatic
we all?
background here. Because the back of my hat is white, it just makes me look like I have a caved-in skull on the
Yeah,
back
wait.
of my head.
How do you even do that?
I know. I was just
Might
screwing around
have
with
to
the
be on
settings.
desktop.
I mean, like I can make them go away.
Yeah. No. No shit. Damn, I really thought you were in like a snowy wonderland. You have me
I am,
fooled, bro.
I am in a snowy
Your house
wonderland.
is so
Okay,
quaint,
okay.
dude.
Just
Look at that.
normal
Is that
Austin,
a
Texas.
rocking chair?
No, it doesn't rock. It's fixed where it is.
It's just sitting there.
It's stuck.
It does not rock. It has not rocked in 60 years.
You cast hold person on the rocking chair.
It stays
Hold
rocking.
Hold rocking chair. By the way, I'm going to take that as one of my cantrips. Hold chair.
A hold chair.
By the way, my character sheet only says I have 2 cantrips, but I should have 4. And I don't know how to make it change that.
So on your character sheet, like when you have it, you'll be able to unlock the spell. Like go to your spells page, unlock it, and then you can just
I've tried
freehand
that.
type things in.
Louie, thanks for subscribe. The alert box was.
I was trying to be really lazy, so I wouldn't have to type it all in. I just want to drag and drop.
I was wondering why it didn't show up. Alert box
Melvin,
on top. Thanks, Lou, for the follow.
Melvin, I just realized why it wasn't letting me do my token. It was because I had the DM or GM privileges, and I exited to rejoin as a player.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was trying to think of what has. Yeah, that was something that changed since the last time we played. That would explain it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Do you want to revoke my GM privileges and all?
If you're in it as a player and it's working now.
I'm not. I'm in as a GM because I just went to go get my character sheet and I realized I could see everything. So I left that page.
I might have to do it after the session because I'll have to leave and come back, and that would screw with stuff.
No worries. All right. I opened up my character sheet and I didn't like it. Can you put Hugh out there? If I'm still keeping my artificer.
Yeah, I told you Blumpkin's always the one getting us in trouble.
Yeah, it's
Every
the flying monkey,
time.
man.
There's
It's the flying monkey.
There's Huey.
Every time.
Huey Mungus.
Hugh Mungus, yeah.
UG Mungus.
So I have basically, like, we're going to be doing like a respec, and I'm going to be a variant human bard wardlock. But for right now, I'm a half elf, level 6 bard, School of Lore, and a level 4 artificer armor with the infiltrator. And I have one of my artificer infusions is a homunculus named Hugh. He's a flying monkey. And yeah, he's been actually a pretty nice little like scout for us in the past. Hasn't done anything crazy, nothing noteworthy, but loyal companion. And he fits in with the rest of my nameless entourage.
Yeah, so
Nobody has an name.
Throw the asterisk on that. We let's just say we keep Blumpkin around for Hugh. So
Make sure Hugh gets fed.
Bear.
So we see
All right, is that too loud?
No, it's good to me.
Okay. All right, are you guys finally ready?
yes, sir.
All right. So yeah, anyone in chat, welcome. Welcome to Of Kobolds and Kovids. It's a ongoing campaign that me and my friends started playing at the beginning of the pandemic. So thus the name. So yeah, it's been an ongoing campaign, and so far they have started as level 3 characters and eventually progressed to level 10 is where we're at now. So far they've taken down a couple cult strongholds, been involved in a few smuggling missions, traveled the lands, and now the party down a few members after a out of game soft reboot. We find ourselves at a festival of the harvest. So and they are close to a city called Karnfeldir, which is the dwarven capital city. The yeah. So anyone else have any notes, anything I forgot for the past few months that we've been playing?
Well, we've already informally gone over party makeup and dynamic, but for the sake of brevity, I think we can let the audience at large just kind of figure it out on their own. So I'll just introduce the name of my character and my class. So Lumpkin the Bold, half elf, 6 levels in College of Lore for the bards, and 4 levels in Artificer as of right now.
Okay. Somebody want to go next?
Applause, nice.
Sure. My character is Thuradur, or John Smith is his common name. He is a half-orc who was raised by dwarves. He has 5 levels as a cleric and 5 levels as a fighter. Yeah, he's a good character. And yeah, I don't know how deep you want me to go, but
that's good. I mean, we'll uncover more truths of people as we go. Bass, do you want to introduce your character? Just brief.
yeah, I'm Kronk. I'm a barbarian. I'm basically here to take lives and conquer. I'm not the smartest here, so don't lean on me for any answers.
And Michael is a character that will be introduced here shortly. The party has yet to meet him. All right. So,
I'm the coolest one of the bunch, just so you know.
Fan favorite.
And the rest.
So yeah, you guys walk up as you start venturing further towards Karnfeldir. You've made your way on foot most of this way, and you start seeing these flyers, just every once in a while. And as you're starting to get closer, you see more and more of these flyers everywhere about the harvest festival for the witch Esmeralda. She travels around with a festival that she can summon on a whim. And then yeah, just to celebrate the harvest and bountiful any bounty going around, and yeah, just a good time celebration basically. And once you follow these flyers, eventually you find yourself on to the entrance, which is a big, pyrotechnic, magical dragon's mouth, gaping maw that has a bridge to walk through, and right as you walk up, some spouts of flames fly out the nose.
Before we get up to the entrance, John Smith is kind of gonna like lean over to Blumpkin and be like, "All right, you're gonna behave yourself. You're gonna be good, right?"
Blumpkin just rubs his hands together and looks John Smith dead in the eye with a very solemn and serious expression and says, My. I have not felt heat in my loins such as this in a very long time. But you know what's really going to be on fire? These motherfucking dice. Let's go, boys.
All right. Yeah, as you make your way through the gates of the festival, you just hear just a very loud, audible sound that like you can't seem to find the source of. It just seems to be emanated like a magical soundly presence from a woman's voice. Whatever harvest you may have, let it be plentiful and full of joy. Enjoy the games, enjoy the challenges, and keep any prizes you may earn. For those of you who may not know, I am the Harvest Witch Esmeralda, and you may call me the ringleader of this festival of finery and fun. Let today be nothing but of wonderful memories. People are cheering, and you notice that that there's a woman dressed in fine, purple dress, just very very flowing and elegant, and she is the one giving this speech. She's got long blonde hair and a wide brimmed purple hat. So as she finishes her speech, she goes back down off the podium and makes her way around back, backstage type deal. But yeah, you guys find yourself at a festival, and you just see booths all over the place. Right next to the entrance, you notice there is like a large bakery and many pies, and a man. Come on, come all! See how many pies you can fit in your maw! And right behind that, you just see a tent full of flagons of ale, big kegs just all stacked around. And plenty of burly tattooed men, just sleeveless shirts, just sitting at tables, staring each other down as they hammer one drink after the other.
Got Kronk written all over it.
John wants to kind of survey the crowd and see if he notices anybody that stands out.
As for okay, yeah, let's do a little perception. So
I need to ask before I roll. My bad.
No, you're good. You look around, and no one seems to really stick out too much, except for maybe each of the people standing behind these booths, is wearing some sort of eccentric festival garb, kind of like puffy shirts or like very colorful, whereas these people walking around are from the local village, local farmers, just in their regular hemp attire, white cotton shirts. So nobody really besides the stand attendees.
Quick question. So just so I don't do anything completely ridiculous, what is our political standing here? Because we are in another country than where we started out, and like a lot of stuff has happened in the meantime.
So your political standing in the Southern Kingdom, as far as you know, nobody knows you're in there, really, besides the border agents
Do
on
we
the
know
north
exactly?
on the north side of the checkpoint you cross through.
Okay.
So-
So all right. Blumpkin will look at the crowd, and then just kind of scope out. Okay, a lot of peasants, but then at the same time, like a lot of rich liveried folk. I would like to see if there's a general direction in which the rich people are going, or at least not the ones covered in dirt. Because I gotta stick with my own here.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you got to find trouble where trouble's not. hmm
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
trouble sounds like coins clinking
Yeah.
together to Blumpkin.
Yeah. I know what trouble sounds like. I've been in enough trouble with you.
Maybe make your own perception, since you're looking for something different.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
That come through 17.
So it doesn't seem that rich versus poor are heading in any particular direction per se, but you do notice that a popular event is this big ring in the middle, and people are gathered all the way around it. There's so many people around this ring, you can't exactly
Oh,
see
yeah.
you can't exactly see through to what it is quite yet.
This is definitely a bunch of rich people watching a bunch of broke people fight. Yes.
I just
Dude,
said you couldn't
yes.
see it yet.
Yes, Blumpkin is in the bum fights.
Yes. Kill him! Kill him!
Okay.
Peek
So
the mic.
Blumpkin,
Bam.
Blumpkin obviously sees that people are kind of flocking towards the middle of the ring over. And, where people are, Blumpkin sees opportunity. So all right, so I just kind of look at the fellas. All right, so we got pies and we got booze. Let's go check out what's in this fighting ring. Maybe put down some coin and kind of see where the action is, because I would like to be in the middle of it. What say you?
Yeah. I think if we have any coin left over, maybe we can get Kronk to actually pull some weight today.
I was gonna say. I mean,
We
it
have
sounds like
coin. At least Blumpkin
it
does.
sounds. I'm not the smartest, so I can't necessarily. I guess I can play dumb because I am dumb, but I could go
It's
in
not
there.
playing, dude. You're a pro. Don't
could
count
fight.
yourself short.
I could fight.
Okay. And all right. So we're heading towards the ring, right?
What are their
That's what we're
rules
doing.
going to be though when I pull out my fucking warhammer?
I don't think we're pulling out any weapons right now.
If they crumple to the
Calm
ground,
down,
you have to shout
Easy.
non-lethal.
Look at what I have to deal with here.
Okay. And I'm gonna have Hugh sitting on my shoulder, but he's gonna be kind of like scoping stuff out for now.
He's on cop watch. I got you.
I'd say
Yeah,
we're all
dude,
kind
we
of just
gotta-
walking towards the middle.
Yeah, the block is hot. Like, all
Once we
right.
start moving our characters.
Yeah, you guys can start moving.
Melvin, I disappeared into the map. I'm not sure why.
I don't know either. There you go. Are you? Oh,
Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's gonna work. Melvin, you're just gonna have to move my icon for me. So.
okay.
Yeah, when you roll, it shows GM too.
Can you go to the
Yes,
gear
yeah.
icon and rejoin as player?
Yeah, I'm not right now.
Messed it all up. Mm.
I think we're good.
Puppy love
think you-
while
Think you got it?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yep, we're good. Do it.
All right. As you make your way up to the fighting ring, who's got? I lost my sticky notes. Who's got the best passive perception? Here we go.
John's is
I got
15.
I got a new setup, so Kronk's 15.
Yeah, see you all set up back there with Christmas decorations and shit.
Yeah,
All right, Melp Dog.
my girlfriend
Adulting
Katie
like
set
a
up the
motherfucker.
Christmas
Oh!
background.
Oh, I'm gonna pretend like you ain't just finally tell me about this Katie girl.
I told you last
I ain't
time I
gonna
was
blow
in
you up
Houston.
on stream. I ain't gonna blow you up on stream.
Dude, this has been going on for.
When I was in
minute
Houston,
now.
I told you.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
That was
bro.
while we were still playing.
But
Is it working now?
you guys good?
Yeah.
All right. Thurod, as you guys are walking up to the fighting ring, you notice a small green blur darting in and out of between people's legs. You're not sure what it is quite yet. Like, huh, that was interesting. And you guys keep making your way.
I don't think John has much money on him, but he's kind of just gonna make sure his pockets are covered.
So Blumpkin has a fair amount of cash.
Blumpkin doesn't see anything yet.
Never mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Kronk is a
John
little taller,
will-
so maybe he could roll some perception and see if he could make
no,
anything of
John,
the situation.
John will alert. John will alert Blumpkin when he sees him. He'll check his pockets and then he'll kind of just give him a nudge, say, "Make sure our pockets are covered." He's not very good with words.
Yeah, but usually Blumpkin's fine with people trying to get in his pants, but not today. Not when there's games of chance to be spending coin on. Today, money matters.
All pants are game of chance.
Yes, that's the spirit.
You guys hear that and you're wondering where'd that come from? You're looking at eye level for a 6 foot something person. And yeah, Michael, Rick, do you want to introduce yourself now, or
Did we?
I'm
Let's
waiting
see.
for them to do. I'm waiting for them to do something.
okay?
I'm just minding the grounds of this here festival.
They heard
Yeah,
they
I just
heard that
saw-
and they're like, huh? And they didn't see anyone at eye level that said it.
They can't find me yet.
Yeah, I saw something green darting around. I still am a little suspicious, but I suppose we can look to see what's going on in the middle here while we're just walking along. Do we
So
see anything in the middle before we walk over
you
towards?
guys kind of like get closer to this crowd and you have to start like nudging your way through, but maybe the taller ones of the group can start to see that in the middle there are these 2 men bare knuckle boxing in the center of this ring, and people just cheering. They've got coins and money in their hands. They're all trying to place their bets, screaming, get him, get him. People, furious at when the other one is losing, etc.
So Blunkin's gonna look for the closest person who they got money on the line, and he just asks, "Hey, are you taking any action? And if so, what are the odds?"
Well, through the betting administrator on these fighting rings, it's 5 gold pieces to enter. Put your money on any fighter, and if they make it through 5 rounds, then you have a chance of winning 20 gold pieces.
Okay, and where are the high rollers?
These are the stakes for everyone. We nobody here is a classically
There's
trained.
no high rollers here. This is just a simple festival, you putz.
Blunkin, like the guy who he was just talking to, and then the voice from I don't know where yet. He just kind of gets this exasperated look, throws his hands up, and John Smith, and says, "Guys, I told you they were fucking. It's peasants, guys. There's no high rollers table. What is a bard to do? Okay, Kronk, I'll pay your entry fee, and Thorod yours as well if you'd like to go in."
And I want to figure out who thinks they can talk to us like that, to be honest. He must not have heard of some deeds that were done in years past.
I wasn't talking to you, Tall Shoes. I was talking to him.
Yeah, I'll fight. I'm
So-
always down.
After all this, I think you guys finally realize that the voice is not coming from ear level, but slightly down. And Thurod, you finally look down and see the green blur that was that you saw earlier, or that you think you saw earlier.
Oh, you're the puny little thing that has a big mouth?
The
What
old
are you calling puny? I'm
I
at
eat little
least
shit
3
like you
inches
for
taller
breakfast.
than all of my brothers and sisters.
you eat shit for breakfast?
John
And I
just
got-
laughed.
And I got that way while not eating all of the animals that lived in our village. What are you guys doing here trying to pinch pennies out of poor common folk?
Blunkin doesn't pinch; he scoops.
Wrong smash.
Oh, that's so much better. Yeah.
Okay.
John
So-
Duncan, let me kill him.
Oh, you think you can catch me, can you?
What's your name, green thing?
The boys call me Rick. Rick Shaw. Because I be moving.
Rickshaw, who has the mouth of a giant, yet the size of a goblin?
I'm the best in the land, if you can believe it.
Let me squish him already.
Ask my friends.
Whoa, Kronk. Maybe he's bigger than he looks.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you should listen to your friend, Kronk.
Or maybe we should just squish him.
Listen here, short stuff.
Do you have hard of hearing? I said I was tall.
Enough of this guy already, guys.
And as this is going on, you just hear bing, 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 bing. All right. Any new contestants? We have a new round starting in 5 minutes. Any contestants, make your way over to the booth.
So what? You want to try me, Tall Shoes? You think you can take on the Rick?
The Rick.
What are you talking to?
And shit. So where's this booth at?
You can find the booth just to the side of the fighting pit. It's just a little makeshift table to sign up.
Meet you there, short shit.
John's gonna do like one of those athletic butt taps to Kronk and give him guidance while he's walking over there. Get him.
That's the
Go get
best
him.
use of out of character. That is the best use of guidance I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah. So Lumpkin's also gonna toss in a bardic inspiration. Well,
Now,
you got 10 minutes to use it.
as you walk up to the fighting booth, you see a big green banner behind the table. All your fight, the fighting ring for the festival. Join the right and become the champion is what the booth operator says, and he hands you a pamphlet labeling out all the different rules. So,
Okay.
yeah, if you guys can see, bare knuckle fight between group up to 5 players. So 1 player from each team starts off in the ring. The remaining team members stay outside the ring in their team box located on each side of the pit. No spells, no items in the ring, only fists.
But you get buffs. So my bardic inspiration.
Buffs in instance only. No spells,
Only-
which you must roll an
Only
attack
buffs
to
and
roll.
butt pats.
Butt taps are allowed. Inspirational butt taps are permitted and actually encouraged.
Encouraged.
Butt taps are allowed. The natural ones, 2021.
That's my new Twitch banner. Butt taps not only allowed, but encouraged.
Encouraged.
So no attack spells. Nothing you have to make an attack roll to hit can be cast by the players in or outside the box. You may use non-attack spells outside the ring on any player anywhere at any time. Just don't get caught. Items may be used by players in the box, aka the waiting area, at any time, but nowhere else and by no one else. So no passing items to people waiting to fight. Players in the box can only leave the box to move into the ring. No other movement outside the ring is allowed. Once you start the fight, you are locked in until you lose or your opponent loses. No leaving to get a hot dog and coming back. Who knows what you may be getting. So players in the only move into at any time you may swap the fighter in the ring with someone in the team box. At max you may do this 3 times. We're playing by Pokemon rules, everybody. You got a team of 5 versus a team of 5.
No, wait, hold on. I get a team?
This is in character, out of character, but are we playing to like unconsciousness? Are we playing to
0 HP is unconscious in this case with the fisticuffs. No lethal blows, but 0 HP will be the factor for knockout.
You
Gotcha.
hear that, Tall Shoes? It's still 0.
Till you ain't got no fight
Yeah.
left in you.
You realize you're not getting your money back, huh?
I ain't hear no bell.
I ain't hear no bell.
Oh, I thought this was America.
I thought this was Meridia.
Well, John
Okay.
counts 3 of us and 1 strange little green fellow. So I don't know how many people are also trying to play.
Yeah,
Hold on, guys. I gotta let the dog out real quick. Just like 30 seconds.
do we have what's Steven's name? Eldro? Do we have Eldro
Bro,
too?
I'm not gonna
Nope,
lie,
we
dude.
got who we
His
got.
camera picks up great.
You got
Yeah,
that
he's
new
got a good
iPhone hitter. But no, you guys got who you got. Cause
Oh,
So he was our fifth.
I mean up to 5. So if you want to do 3v3, that's fine. 2v2, 1v1.
So okay,
It doesn't
Go
have to be.
ahead.
It's up
let's
to
back
5.
this up. So Blumpkin's volunteering to be team cap, and cast buffs in the box, but he's never gonna tap in.
Shaw's about to fight Kronk first, so
He's not even on our team.
that's what I'm saying. I think us three verse, and then Rick Shaw will have a team with who knows what he's gonna
random
have a team.
in town.
You'll have to go find some people to squad up with.
Okay. Yeah, you know
Join
what?
the
Fuck
public
it.
lobby.
Blumpkin,
LFG
Kronk,
looking for
and
group.
Blumpkin, Kronk, John Smith, and Hugh. We'll take him.
I mean, there's.
Whoa!
I think Kronk can probably take one on the
What is
upside.
that thing? That's not a person. Yeah,
Hugh?
he's pointing at your monkey companion. Now this little green thing, he can join, but I'm not so sure about that one. He'll have to wait outside. We do not support animal cruelty in this establishment.
Blumpkin is like baffled at this point. He goes, "I thought you were peasants, and now you're going to get upset of that like
Kronk smash.
that my companion here is just present. Are you kidding me? Good day, sir. I said good day.
I'd like to use my wild shape to turn into an elk.
I believe that is allowed, right? Druids can just do what they do. No rolls.
Bonus action. Yeah.
No, I can do it twice. And elks can speak the elk language. Does this count as an animal too?
The the guy at the booth is baffled. What? You were just but now you're
I'm a big boy.
Can I like turn into Joe Rogan?
I don't think you have.
I mean, if you want to.
I don't think
like,
you have the Joe Rogan experience points required to do that. Heyo!
You don't have the fear factor.
Fear is a factor for you.
So John asked Rick, "Are you fighting with us or against us here?"
Oh. Now I wanna fight you guys, and you guys think that you can take all this money from poor people trying to scam them. I heard you.
What do you mean,
Talking
you
about
guys?
pillaging everybody.
You were just being mean to my green friend. Okay, like you can't just throw you guys around. Like
you all walked in here together. I assume the one who talked was loudest was in charge, right?
Yes, I am.
He can't hear you.
Hi, Melvin. Where's Melvin?
Just that one.
Hi, Melvin.
I am Marianne.
Hi, Mom.
Anyway.
So,
yeah, damn you, short shit.
what about you? Who's the one I've been calling tall shoes? Was it you,
No,
no.
John.
John?
Oh, both of us tall shoes.
You just every tall folk looks the same to you.
You're all the same. One of you's made out of metal or something.
Wow. You see what he, man. And then he said, "You guys."
Y'all walked in together.
Bro.
So at this point, Blumpkin has heard enough, and he's going to mime taking off his glove and just like purposefully swing it air like a foot above Rickshaw and be like, "You aren't even tall enough for me to throw down the gauntlet, so I'll lay it at your feet. See you in the ring." And he just mimes putting a glove on the ground.
I'm an elk right now.
Never mind.
Your glove
he
gets
slapped
tangled in his antlers.
He throws his glove into the antlers as the sorority girl's bra on a ski trip. Okay, like just the disrespect, and Blumpkin just like mean mugs. All right, Kronk, John, let's go. Like it's time for Blumpkin and friends to roll. The streets call.
All right. I've heard enough talking. Let's get to acting.
Get
Everyone,
in here.
5 gold pieces per entry.
All right, Blumpkin is deducting 15.
There he goes. I was gonna say, I think Blumpkin said something about paying for my entry fee.
So it's just 3v3, is that correct?
Suppose so.
Yes.
Where
All
did he
right.
get 2 friends?
All
I
right,
thought it was
short
3v1.
stuff.
I thought it was us 3 versus an elk.
It does seem that living out in the wild has afforded the Rickshaw not very much money.
We got
Oh,
two fighters on standby to join you if need be.
wow.
But you need to
One of
pay
them's
the
name is
entry
Hugh.
fee.
Look at that. Look at that. He's going to put your boy up against us. Come on, Blumpkin. Stand up for us. We need Hugh.
Listen, Hugh is my better half. He has wings.
saying, man,
That's the one thing
Blumpkin
Blumpkin
around
does
for
not bring
Hugh.
to the table is flying speed. Okay, so we're at a crossroads here. Blumpkin has to pay the entry fee of his opponents just so Kronk can kick some ass.
Yes, that does seem to be how it is.
Melvin, get away in here.
All right. I can see that this fight's gonna be a good one. If you two blokes would that are joining this small fries team, are you willing to pay his entry fee? These two burly men with bandanas, beards, and sleeveless shirts are just grunt in agreement. Yeah, we're ready to fight. We don't care who's on our team.
We fight.
So they put up his 5 gold and they pay their 5 gold.
Blumpkin's small, man. You can't bring out 2 burly ass dudes. What the fuck?
You are the 2 burly
He be
ass
small,
dudes.
but he is mighty. And Blumpkin
These are the 2
starts
burly
getting
dudes.
like a Blumpkin just walks up and goes like, and then he just starts getting the crowd going, like gets the crowd bumping. A performance check. That's okay.
Make
The
it.
hype, like just basically hype the crowd up.
Make it. Which should I go with the first one? 19 or 25
I've got
advantage.
an advantage either way, so it's 25 for either roll.
So have you heard of the Knight's Tale? The Tale of a Knight's Tale. Sir Geoffrey Chaucer. Now in this corner. And you just start boom boom ch, boom boom ch.
In this corner, hailing from eastern Madeira, made of a mix of springs and bolts, we have the one, the only, the hammer in his pants and hammer in his hands, Kronk!
The crowd is eating it up.
And Hugh's over there like going crazy in the background. And joining him in his challenging corner, we have a 6'6", greener than your boogers. He praises something called Mjolnir and doesn't know how to spell it. But man, does he have a hammer too. John Smith.
They cheer very loudly, but also a couple of them are confused.
And lastly, the captain of the team, hailing from across the seas, the shattered seas of the West. You don't know where he's been, because he's been everywhere, including your mother's loins. Hailing, again, from the West Coast, the best coast, about to lay it down smooth. Blumpkin the bow.
The crowd is eating it up. They're going wild. People are throwing shit in the air. They're throwing just not literal shit, but they're throwing their papers in the air.
Literal.
People are lining up to place bets. People are putting their money down as fast as they can.
Yeah, and then like while this is all going on, shooting firebolt into the air and like prestidigitationing, like you know, just like blowing off cantrips. Like, yo, this is the best show in town.
It looks like a full-on pyrotechnic display. You lay a little bit of fog down as Kronk makes his way through. Is Kronk the first fighter, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah,
makes his way through the smoke
to create like smoke coming off the ground.
It emerges into the pit.
And so my speeches were also doubling into the cell. Everyone's got that. I've accounted for that on my sheet.
The guy at the booth leans over. He's like, "Little man, you got yourself a intro like that?"
Nope, don't need one.
All right,
come on, boys.
And in the other corner are an elk and two men.
Two dudes.
Just a little.
Or whatever sound elk make.
Couple people place their bets. You know, everyone's looking for the. Everyone wants to put a bet on the underdog every once in a while.
We're the favorites?
After that speech, people are also putting money.
Come on, bro. Vegas is going crazy.
It's an elk. Right now. They're a little confused. So some people think.
Why is there some skinny moose in our ring?
There are certain people that may or may not be watching that like to place their bets on whether or not they can kill an animal with their bare hands. Yeah. So we're about to find out.
Yeah. Dating the public is popular, so this hurts.
Are you an elk or a giant elk?
Giant elk.
So can I just clarify something? So as far
there I am.
I'm gonna be in the fuck.
Bruh.
I'm gonna move you off to the side.
So like I can cast spells as long as they're non-attacks.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be able to be in turn order and having at it.
Yes. So,
okay.
All right. It's all kicking off. So let me clear this. Remove all turns. Clear. And put the turn order.
So we are all rolling initiative right now, or just the people in the ring?
Click your token. Yeah, let's everybody roll initiative. Because, yeah, you can... If you're waiting and there's nothing you can do, just skip your turn. How about that? Because we'll use that for the tap in, tap out system as well. And we'll just keep that same initiative going. Does that make sense?
What do you
Sure.
say?
Yeah, we'll follow your lead.
How do I do this? Do I?
I rolled for the
Click
giant
on the
elk.
token.
I'm trying to figure out how you can control it still. Gotta figure that one out.
He's a nat 19.
I think you have to like make a character for
You
it.
can
if you
give
wanna
control
roll
of the
it.
token to Mike.
This is something I should have figured out before, but
Yeah, I think in the future the best way to do like
I forgot
druid
about-
wild
yeah.
shapes is just having a second character sheet with like the different abilities it can do, and just or
Yeah,
that or
Yeah.
But the trouble with Druid is that I have like 30 different character sheets.
yeah. I mean, the other thing you can do is just roll d20 and then do
So,
it manually. and
yeah,
have the stats.
I showed it. Michael used this, and maybe I can just if you can't control it, then I can roll for you. But and just tell me what you want to do. The rest of you just close it. We'll try that for now, and then yeah, when we're
Send it again because I just closed it.
okay. To pop
Okay.
back up.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. If you go to character sheet, you might be able to control it, but maybe not. But anyways, oh shit. The elk has an initiative. Descending. Blumpkin, elk, Thurod, Kronk. Actually, I need to roll theirs. And roll. So now we got everyone. Okay. We should be good to go. With Blumpkin starting off top of the round.
By a lot. Wow.
Yeah, Blumpkin is.
He always starts.
Yeah, Blumpkin's
And
very
I'm
first
always
move
fucking
is
last.
going to be Fairy Fire. So range is 60 feet, so the elk is within 60 feet, right?
Is that not an attack spell?
No, it's not.
Fairy Fire is not an attack spell?
No, it's a spell save DC.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't do any damage. So basically, I'm going to light the elk up in. I'm gonna make it red, and I'm just gonna like play my my lute and be like, "Hey, Kronk, you're gonna be like De Niro in there, be a raging bull, kill that red thing," and then all of a sudden, the elk glows red, and so Kronk, you're going to be with advantage, so that you don't have to use your reckless strikes, reckless attacks. And then with my bonus action, I'm just gonna have Hugh just kind of keep like flying over the crowd and clapping after each of our turns. And that's it.
All right. And then... Oh, it's got to fail a dex saving throw. So... 7. For the giant elk.
Yeah.
So it's
Is that
red.
including its pluses?
Any
Yeah,
attack
Yeah.
roll against infected creature or object has advantage. So I'm also going to cast it on his two buddies as well, because they should fit within a 20-foot cube, right? I don't know if
Where's
the
the
scaling is.
measure? Yeah.
If the measuring's right. Then,
Yeah. So yeah, they need to make their saves as well. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Right?
When you're right, you're right, and when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Sounds right.
He has the makings of an instant classic, guys.
We're all gonna be best friends.
You
But
just
we're
got
gonna
to
be
duke it out first. So Dex on the guy on the right, 12. No? 18. Okay, I
Wow.
see. 18. Got to beat 18. 18. Let's roll them bones. Go with the first one. 13. No dice. So. All right. They are both red, just like the elk. Everyone's tinted red. And that's your turn?
It is, yes. That's it.
Okay. A little bit of learning curve for me getting back into the D20 or Roll20 stuff. Anyways.
Get back in the groove.
Yeah. Thorod, what are you up to?
Thorod's just cheering on Kronk. I guess he'll do aid. I'm not really sure if I can do that from the side of the ring, but he's not casting any spells or anything like that. He's just
Was aid
cheering.
touch? Because I think you're too.
Aid is just an action. I think it's you have to be adjacent. So like if I can
Does it
get
say
adjacent-
rain?
it's just an action. I
So-
don't know. I don't have the rule book in front of me, or a help or whatever it is, but it's not a spell or anything. Maybe aid is
Oh.
a spell, but I'm not casting aid. I'm trying to do the action that's like.
Well, okay. The aid spell is ranged.
Yeah, I don't
area.
have aid prepared right now, so I can't
Gotcha.
cast aid. But I'm just was talking about the. I don't remember what the action is called, but
I
yeah,
think
I'm
you're
just
right. I
carrying
think
on
it was
doing
aid.
anything.
Well, I'm not sure about that. So.
You're good. You can skip me.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Giant elk.
Giant elk, yes. I would like to charge at my opponent.
Okay, hold up.
You are.
Is that at least 20 feet?
No.
No, it's not.
No, because the ring is like 20 feet and you guys are inside of it, so.
All right, then.
No charge.
Then I will ram.
20 to hit, and if your AC is still a 19, yeah, right?
Mhm.
Kronk? 19?
Yeah, hold on, I'm looking. I believe so, though, yes. No, 20. 20.
Well, if it meets, it beats. So, yeah, those antlers just boom right into your built-in armor of your metal frame. Gives you just like a couple pokes, couple dents here and there. Take 11 bludgeoning damage.
So sorry, this is maybe out of character, whatever. Do I put my temporary hit points up then or something? What do I?
No, not
your
temporary.
maximum hit points go down.
Okay, just make my hit points go down.
Yeah.
So 11.
Yeah, but keep your max.
Alright.
You should still have your max, so you know if you heal
Yeah,
what you
it's
go
still
back
there.
up to. Okay,
Yeah, it's still there.
then
I'm
you're good.
All right. Cool. All right.
You can also you got those 3 circles above you. You can also put it up there, and if you just do -11, it'll take it away. but that's a thing for a different time. Kronk. Yeah, just do it on your character sheet for now.
Yeah,
Kronk,
my bad.
what are you up to? How do you rebut this headbutt?
Dude, I'm
Rebut
looking at
the
all my-
ram.
I mean, I don't even have. All I have is fucking hand axes and hammers and swords.
So punching is your strength +1, I believe.
I think you still get your strength. Do barbarians get like anything from the proficiency bonus, or I don't know about that, but
They do.
I think they do. I was gonna say I thought it was just monks, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
Barbarians are just angry monks. I always saw them as the same class.
They're very similar. But anyway, just roll a d20.
you do get advantage because of the fairy fire too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
Yeah,
advantage.
fairy fire.
Yeah, and so you're also raging. So
I mean, does anybody really have advantage against a giant elk that's on fire?
Yes.
To hit, it's pretty obvious where you're at.
It's not hard to hit.
So, did a strength save.
Strength save, but you're just attacking, so
Just click strength,
Yeah, no.
not the saving throw.
roll 2d20 on the left-hand side, go to the dice, and then click on the 2d20.
Oh, there we go. Second one. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's 14, and then what's your strength? It's 20?
Yeah, 20.
So it's
I
at least a
can't
19.
click on that.
Should hit.
19 for the giant elk will hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he should still be able to add his...
+1 your strength modifier.
Yeah. You gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases. So, I mean, he should still get that bonus from raging, right? To his damage?
Yeah.
So then, what dice do you roll for unarmed? Is there no dice? It's just your strength modifier?
As far as I can tell, it's just your strength modifier +1.
What about...
That'd be 6 plus...
What about my rage?
Yeah, plus the rage damage, which... What is your rage damage supposed to be right now?
Rage.
2.
should be +2.
Yeah.
Bonus to
So
damage.
8 damage.
Is that correct?
Do I know? You broke up.
Is that your rage is additional +2?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a global damage modifier.
So -8. So yeah, you basically just punch this big ass elk for 8 bludgeoning damage right in its snout.
That's the sound.
Do I get a
an elk
second
makes.
hit with advantage?
Yeah, you get multiple attacks.
You basically get 10 turns of advantage with.
Wait, holy shit. Let's go. All right. So I'll just roll another 2d20 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling the dice. My shit is being super slow right now. Dude, it's still rolling the dice. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Oof.
I can't see. I'm gonna have to... What?
3 and a 3.
Now, hold on. All my stuff is just now popping up. Like my rage just popped up.
Internet must
maybe
be
you were just-
slow. I don't know.
Oh, no, there it is. Yep.
They're-
That's a lot of.
They're all popping.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of rage. That's a lot of rage.
Yeah,
So
see.
angry.
Oh,
All right, so chill out,
angry.
John Smith. We don't need no sixes around here. All right, bro. Come on. It's popping up.
Sorry, I'm
If it doesn't
trying to-
pop up soon, I'm gonna have to take it just to keep
I know,
things
it's
moving.
rolling the dice. Oh my god. It literally
many
says
times?
rolling the dice. Da 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 da.
How many times can you punch an elk?
Okay, there it goes.
All right.
There you go, 24
We'll
times.
We'll definitely take that.
It's not 24. It's either a 6 or an 18.
Okay,
So
we'll take the 18.
18 with advantage.
Way better than 3.
18 plus your modifier, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that'll hit the elk, and it'll do another 8 damage because it's not rolling for damage. It's just your rage plus your strength
Mhm.
plus 1.
Yep.
So you basically hit this elk with like the bink bink 1-2 combo.
Pieced him up.
And this elk's looking a little blood's coming out of its nose.
What? I thought this is America.
I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
All right.
Right.
Two
so
attacks,
do the two
right?
frat bros in the corner like
The 2 frat bros they basically ask, you need to tap? You need to tap out?
I will make an elk sound at them.
I don't know what that means, but we'll let you keep fighting, I guess. These guys are not magically attuned, so there's not really anything else they can do besides hop in the ring and fight.
Mm-hmm.
you brought bitches to a bard fight, you fool.
I didn't bring them. They came with me.
They were free with the meal.
I wasn't asked. I was appointed.
All right, so it's Blumpkin's turn. So Fairy Fire is a concentration to keep those mofos red, and he's also going to cast a non-concentration spell, Bless, and he's going to.
I thought casting spells was against the rules.
No, I can't cast attack spells.
Attack spells.
Oh, he's casting bless.
Yeah. So Lumpkin's going to bless himself up as well as his. And then he's going to drop a fat beat about, just having the spirit of Mjolnir protecting John. And Kronk, he loves castor oil.
Ew.
Otherwise known as Blumpkin. I'm his caster. Get it? Because like I'm a caster, and I keep him like operating at peak efficiency.
I gotta say, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my entire life, out of character.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
All right, so
No.
you bless them, so they get a D4 on attack.
Yeah, attacks and saving throws. In addition to their that's yeah, so it's not even like just one per turn, it's like anytime they do it. Yeah, and then gonna use my bonus action to Q's gonna start flying faster and faster and getting louder and louder. And he's gonna start kind of like he's gonna hold his like action, like getting ready to like throw like cupped shit at the opposing team if and when Kronk just like knocks this elk out.
Okay. He does. He's flying around, getting ready.
Yes, cup hand.
His cup hand.
You got anything to contribute, Thorod? John?
Shit in hand.
So, if Blumpkin just blessed, I'm guessing my blessing wouldn't stack with that, would it?
Don't
No, blessed does
believe
not
so.
stack.
Yeah. So, no. And so no attack spells count, but healing spells count. So this could take a long time.
Potentially.
Okay. All right. No,
So-
John does not do anything. He just
Yes. Speaking of that, let's try and. I think this is the longest game there is in the festival. So, but
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So we know what Kronk's gonna do basically. So giant elk. So yeah, you gonna heal or no?
No.
And then do you want a ram or hooves?
I am going to turn back into my my goblin form.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are still gonna be red.
Sure. No, I can still be red.
Wow, he's running.
And then I am going to kick the Warforge in the shins and use Fury of the Small. So I add my character level to my unarmed attack damage.
All right, let's see it. Can you roll it? Or
I'm sure I'm sure I can. It's just I don't know how to play this game.
most things on your character sheet, if you have that pulled up, you can just click and it'll go into the chat. And then I believe you'll just roll a d20 and add your strength.
Here we go. Attacks and spellcasting. But I don't see how.
I'm trying to pull your character sheet up. It's loading. Don't know why everything else just pops up, but yeah, if you click on your character,
I could just throw my sling at him.
Now I got a character sheet, then core, normal. It should be on the right side.
Normal on the right.
up in the top it should say core. I don't know why.
Yeah, core.
I'm just getting a
Yeah,
loading
you have
symbol
core,
trying to pull yours
bio,
up.
and spells. You could click core.
Okay, there we go. Where? Fury of the Small. Yeah, if you hover over it and you click on the little chat thing, it'll go in the chat. When you damage a creature on attack, so what is it to hit? D20 plus your strength?
Yeah.
So yeah, just on the bar and the top left of the map, you'll see some icons. Second to the bottom, the D20 symbol.
Yeah.
You can go down to just click on D20. 13 minus 1 against a 20 AC.
Sure didn't hit him. But then for my bonus action, I will use Nimble Escape.
He's red. Do you have a bonus? You get a bonus action?
Yeah, the
Oh,
red.
okay.
The red just gives
can
you
I not do
advantage on
that?
hitting him.
Oh, I didn't think he was able to
You
get
can't
away though.
you can't hide, but you can disengage because you're bright red.
Yeah, that's
In the middle of a ring. There's not really anything to hide behind, but you can disengage from him.
Now I'll back up.
Yeah, he just doesn't get an attack of opportunity.
So basically, the elk just turned into a little goblin, ran up and tried to kick you in the nuts, missed, and then just backed off. And I'm gonna sit on the fence post, blowing raspberries at you.
Okay.
I was just gonna use my action to laugh at you, but now since you wanna get smart with it, I suppose I can punch you again.
You got to move 5 feet. For some reason, this map doesn't have the grid, so you're just gonna have to. Each token is 5 feet, so move a token's width.
Okay.
But oh.
Yeah, that hurt.
Luckily, you have advantage, so it's the 2, not the 1.
Yeah.
But you basically, as this goblin like jumps up and blows raspberries at you, you're still in your rage, but you're so mad, you just kind of like stumble and like slip. Like this pit has been like fought in many times, so it's pretty muddy, and you slip and just kind of like slam into the fence post and like punch through the rails, but not the goblin.
I roll my eyes.
Is that
discuss and laugh at him, and now I get another turn, right?
Yeah,
there we go.
16.
Oh my gosh.
16 plus 16 plus your strength mod, which is plus.
I mean that might not hit me.
5.
Plus 5.
It absolutely hits me.
5.
Plus proficiency.
All right, so yeah. So that one will hit. So that'll do with your rage. Take 8 points of damage to your goblin form now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to do that on your character sheet?
Yeah, I can do that. 1,
okay.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. 2 attacks. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Once again, oi, little one, are you ready to tap out yet?
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that.
They just have like a look of defeat, like, oh, wanted to fight. All right. Next up, Blumpkin, what are you doing?
So still maintaining my concentration. I already did bless. At this point, like Blumpkin, he's gonna go ahead and just start like in like a very detailed way, but then he's gonna he's plucking the chicken and then spanking its little bottom and then just making direct eye contact with the goblin and just being like, dude, what are you doing here? And Blumpkin's gonna start thinking about the next game, steal more money for. I mean, beat them in games of skill.
You're asking me what I'm doing here. What are you doing here? What was your goal coming into this festival?
Kronk laughed out of turn. Short shit. Don't you know he's making chicken dinner?
Winner. Blumpkin just kind of responds like, I'm spreading the ballad of Blumpkin the Bold and his boisterous buddies. Bitch.
And what does that do for the area that you chose to come in and to spout the tales of Blumpkin the Bold? Is that really what you wanted to do here?
There is no greater purpose than to spread my ballad and my seed across this land.
Oh, you know what? I've heard of you before. You're that wildcat that runs around here spraying its seed all over the place, aren't you?
I've been called a wildcat before, but only by richer women than yourself.
I'm just gonna spank my bottom while I stand on the fence post. And then I'm gonna dash away.
All right, disqualification. That's it. Fight's over. This corner is the victors. Collect your spoils at the sign-up booth. And then these two guys
And
are
all the
pissed, like,
naked ladies.
oh, what the
walk
fuck? He
around
just
the
left.
ring.
And they just,
Yeah, those guys kind of did get abandoned.
we paid for that little shit to get in here, and now he left us. Then they're mad.
I'm gonna continue picking up trash.
These guys end up walking away just pissed off. They're like, oh, whatever.
Why the fuck are we still red?
Yeah.
Why are we still on fire?
When the hell is this shit gonna wear off? It doesn't
I
hurt,
don't know.
but it's
Probably about
annoying.
an hour.
All right. So at this point, Blumpkin has turned his attention to making money. So, boys, do you want to paint this town red or?
I want to find the.
So each
Meaning,
of you gets
fucking
20 gold pieces. By the way, that's the winnings.
Sweet.
Also, you notice that behind the sign up booth, there's a basically a listing of what all is located in this festival, and it's just a big flyer pamphlet list of different things that you can different ways that you can enjoy yourself at the festival.
Punchy punch or kick. Writing signs is hard. Jeremy.
All right. I think a suitor's claim has Blumpkin written all over.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves to see what you guys want to do. If any of you guys want to split up, go do something else, I can run somebody, go back to the other.
And Devil's Bones. Yeah. Those are the two that Blumpkin's. Whack and roll sounds pretty crunk. Follow the card.
What's that now?
Perception. That's probably John Smith.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves. Who would like to partake in what?
And drinking and eating's probably Constitution.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
why don't we
feeling
go
pretty
grab
hungry.
the
I'll
barrel?
probably wander over to the pie eating contest.
We're not going anywhere yet. Is motherfucker, let me move. Why can I not move my character now? Okay, I have to move it from the side. What the fuck? My character, I don't know what the fuck is up here. Alright, anyways. You know what? This guy at least stuck around for a fight, guys. You know what I mean? Like, the least we could do is, maybe grab an L with him. Like, come on.
Gained a
Yeah.
little respect for him
We're
in
at
the
a-
ring, mano y mano.
We're
He
at a
did-
festival. I mean,
he bloody
he
you.
did run away like a bitch, and we're gonna laugh about that over the beer. But maybe he'll come around and realize we're worthy folk to keep around, and maybe we'll realize he's a little worthy himself.
Lumpkin's buddies do have an extra seat on the
I
big
mean,
band.
I
Big
am.
band wagon.
That shit hurt. Like, I took 11 hit points. That shit hurt it.
It's a giant elk hit you in the face.
So I mean,
This is true.
So yeah, I mean, we could kick it with him over an ale. Maybe see if he wants to. Maybe kick it with us. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got a bonus to Constitution. I can go have a drink. But changing into giant animals is tiring work.
So yeah, the drinking contest is down here at
Where
this.
is it? I knew I was close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, drinking contest. Do you have an iron gullet? Ha, ha, ha.
Huh?
So drinking contest. Non-alcoholic options offered. Still hard. Trust us.
Last drinker
Pause.
standing figuratively and literally wins. Opposing con checks round robin style. On the last round between the two remaining competitors, the lower roll gets to make a con saving throw of DC 15. If they make it, they stay in for one more round.
The last two could go mano y mano for a while. But
How long has it been since the fighting contest? Is this like right after? In a
Pretty
minute or
much.
two?
pretty
Okay,
much.
in
You
that
guys
case-
you guys kind of he runs off and you guys make your way to the to this booth thinking you're just gonna just have a beer, but then you see this banner for a drinking contest, and being the challengers that you guys are, and
All right, short shit. Let's see if
eventually,
you're
yeah,
better
short
drinker than
stuff
you are
walks
fighter.
back up. You notice a still flaming small red goblin at this point.
Still on fire, Goblin.
Yeah.
See if you're a
Uh,
better drinker than you are fighter.
Duncan knows that drinking is not his strength. Back when he was in Bard frat life, he used to talk too much when he was drunk, which is saying something.
That's rough, buddy.
So
That's
he's
rough.
gonna let the bigger of his sidekicks.
Can Warforged drink?
I don't know. That's a great question.
That is an excellent question.
They can drink, but does it do anything? Does it just go in one end and out the other?
They have a Constitution score, so they must be able to get drunk.
Are these saving throws or what type of roll is this?
1v1 con checks. So just
Yeah, it's just a con check.
just click Constitution against each other. But
Okay,
basically, the
so I
first
can-
round, everyone will go, and the lowest one is a lightweight.
So I can kind of just like slap my face a few times and give myself some guidance.
Get myself some guidance.
I don't see why not.
Okay. Add a D4 to this.
And I guess if you didn't use anything in the fight, if you didn't use that stuff, I guess it's probably duration 1 minute. So, actually, yeah, no, Bless is done from the fight.
Yeah, Bless would be gone.
Yeah, it's been over a minute. So yeah, any buffs you'd have to reapply at this point.
Holy.
So John Smith pounds one before it's even started. He's just like, you guys joining yet? And then the contest runner is like, oh my goodness, all right, everyone, money down. So yeah, winner gets 10 gold pieces.
Paying for this one too?
You got your own
Fuck it,
money now.
I'm taking my winnings. Wait, I didn't add that to my bag. Idiot. How many gold pieces did I win last game?
Actually there's no buy-in for this one. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no.
I think winner just gets free beer and 10 gold pieces.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
How many gold pieces did I win last game?
All three of you got
Fight.
20 each because you're all three contestants and you all three won.
Yeah, but you handed me the gold, so I gave each of them 10.
That's such a bumpkin move.
I know
That's
it
such a
is,
fucking move.
which is why I did it.
I'm pretty sure they handed you 20 as you like filed out of the ring, but okay.
Damn. All right.
Each contestant signed a waiver and then they get their winnings. All right.
After saying that, I was like, damn, that really is such a bumpkin move.
So immediately after
Whoa.
immediately after Thorod slams down his flagon, Rickshaw picks up one with two hands and just starts
guzzles it.
gulping down this strong ale. What's everyone's drink of choice? Who's drinking ales? We got porter on tap. We got ales. We've got
I
got
only
juices
drink
and-
the brown. I only drink the brown ale.
What
Reminds
the
me
fuck?
of
Is this a
home.
festival or some like hipster bar?
The guy who's running it
Yeah.
has a long white beard and a curly Q mustache and slicked back white hair.
And he says, "This is the hipster festival, sir."
The festival of the harvest. We harvest
It's
hops and barley so we can make ale and porters and stouts.
As he twists his beard.
All right, so who's next? Is everyone in? Is everyone drinking?
So,
I'm drinking.
Bumpkin's gonna pass. He needs to keep his wits about him.
Click your constitution then. Not saving, just regular con.
Oh wait, should I have clicked my saving throw?
No, not saving throw. It's just click on the left side.
It's just Constitution.
Yeah. Is it working, Bass?
Yep.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Boom. We'll be seeing you, bud.
So yeah, 2 20s and a 13. First one out is Rick Shaw and his little, these are, remember when the hobbits go to the Prancing Pony and it comes in pints? Yeah,
It comes in pints?
it comes in pints, and he wasn't ready for the pint that he had to lift with two hands that both of you easily, it looked like a little tiny like tea mug in comparison to you two giant folk. Not giant folk, but large fellows. And yeah, you
John Smith got a 20 with a constitution of 2.
Yep.
Rick, you might be a better fighter than drinker after all.
If I was a bear, you would have. You know what? I don't even like this festival.
Just a tiny,
Just-
tiny little pile of puke next to the table now. All right, first one's out. Next round begins. And they slam down 2 full frothy mugs of ale in front of John Smith and Kronk. John Smith, you're up. A 7.
That's more like it.
Plus 2, 9. Kronk. Next up to drink his beer. 16.
Yeah, we'll be
I
seeing you.
got a con save of DC 15, right?
Correct. Now you can saving throw Constitution to see if you stay in. You see John Smith just kind of
Swallows it. Wow.
not gonna back down this easy. They bring over
He's
out
better regurgitate it first.
two more flagons, slam down, frothy ale spilling over the sides. Once again, John Smith, you're up. Regular con this time. 13. 14, 15.
Wait, so do I get to roll a d4?
You are not blessed.
Oh, he's blessed. Oh.
You're blessed.
Got it.
Woo!
15.
That's both of you at the exact same time. Boom, boom. You guys start arguing about who finished theirs first.
Come on, John. You know it was definitely me, bro.
You're not even organic.
Wow. That's where you want to go with this? Do you need to go to the ring with me too?
Why are you guys even at this festival? All the animals ran away. Like, I just want to go to the mountains, but like this festival popped up and started spilling the trash everywhere.
All right, buddy. You'll both.
Stupid. It's stupid. Stupid.
Boom, boom. Two
See,
more flagons.
This is what I do to you, John. Go ahead and back down.
So Blumpkin's gonna, when questions are asked, doesn't matter if they're to him or not, Blumpkin answers. So Blumpkin's gonna kind of step in and just start talking to Rickshaw and just basically lie directly to his face. Like, you know,
roll those
we came
consoles.
because we are also big time conservationists. And, you know, we need little twerps like you to join up with us because it's a long journey and we want to make sure that we're leave no trace campers. Okay? So, you know, think about it. We might need an extra, you know, barn hand amongst Lumpkin's buddies. You know, the nameless troop of bachelors that bounce around with me as I ballad throughout
Make an insight check, but with disadvantage because you are shit canned.
I am shit canned. There it is.
What's the second one gonna be? Or
What, do I do it again?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
disadvantage
'Cause
because
you're
you're wasted.
Uh,
You're gonna have a hard time
insight?
seeing through his there we go. The alcohol's had a bit of an effect on you, and you're kind of you're buying what he's selling.
what? Really? Oh man, that's so cool. Oh, and like, that's the best. And then I'm gonna use my last wild shape to turn into like a little mouse and crawl up on his shoulder.
So Blumpkin, seizing his opportunity, basically ingratiate him, person of power. He sees the utility behind those just like cow eyes of the goblin. That there is a lot to this creature, and that there's potential here, and that what he really needs behind his just innate abilities is Blumpkin's mouth. That's he. This guy needs to be pushed to the brink of what he's able to do, and that's what Blumpkin excels, actually, at having people be their best selves. Their most actualized. So I think that this is great for us, Rickshaw, Sir Mouse.
Mm-hmm. Squeak, squeak.
Jesse.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
So yeah, while you two are having this conversation, Kronk and John Smith are paying no attention to this whatsoever. They're just like, two buddies talking shit back and forth to each other, just like locked in on each other, doing this drinking contest. So
Slamming brews.
all right, Kronk, your first one was the 9, and then 11 plus 2. So now,
Yeah, I don't feel so well anymore.
you got roll you're rolling too much, man.
Mm.
Roll a
I know.
Constitution saving throw since you
I just
lost.
pissed Melvin off.
If you beat a 15, you can hold it down and stay in.
All right, here we go.
Saving throw, not the right. Okay.
Nope.
So yeah, as you both are talking shit, just you start getting dizzy. You're not sure what's happening. My fingers, they feel light. They and then just like
blisters on my fingers.
nuts and bolts start spewing out of your gullet.
John gives out a really long, deep burp and says, "Y'all never grew up with dwarves, did ya?"
Short shit. You want to
No.
go to the local waffle cabin?
I heard waffles in that. I you know what? That sounds all right, but you gotta carry me though.
Come on. This way.
Now they don't have waffles, but what they do have are pies. All you can
They don't
eat.
have waffles. Oh, I wanted waffles.
John Smith, you get 10 gold pieces for winning.
Damn you, John. You're buying my next beer.
Get
My-
better at drinking. Maybe I will.
Wow. I rarely see.
All right, so what do you guys want to do next? You guys getting some waffles?
I mean, where's the local? What you said? There's a pie house.
There's
I
the
mean-
local. I gotta take a potty break, guys.
I actually do too. Brief
All right, I'll meet y'all at the
brief
meet
intermission.
y'all at the pie house.
Brief break.
Dude.
Gotta go let in Olivia real quick.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm here.
The dog decided that he missed me too much, so he's hanging out.
And we're back.
Bear, come on. There's a little bit of his face there.
Yeah.
All right. So a little inebriated. You guys stumble over to get some pies and waffles, I suppose.
The pies and waffles.
If that's where you guys want to go. We out of game. I mean, we can play as many or as few games as you guys want. We can, if you want to play all of them, we could always play one more game and then stop, and then maybe whoever wants to join can show up at the festival. What do you guys think?
While we're out of game, I'm down to stop whenever personally, just because I'm tired. But I'm also down to go a little bit longer if y'all want to. But I think this would be a good spot to, like how James has a bar usually as like a loading screen. I think like this could be a good spot for that. Not talking about tonight, but in the future.
No, I can see some potential fan art of me as a mouse falling asleep on the Warforged shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, you're all right, Tall Shoes. You know what? We got to get out of here sometime, but we got to eat pie first. I was promised pie.
Do you guys want to do the pie contest and then call it a night?
What is the pie contest? Let's. Do I have it in me?
6 players increasing con checks each. Yeah, it's a constitution game again. Each round, the lowest con save also drops out. Last player to win the round. This time there are prizes. Prize table.
Something different. Let's do
What is the constitution of a rat?
high, very high. You can eat anything.
You just start nibbling while everyone is like wolfing down half a pie tin at a time.
So this is like the last one we'll do tonight. And are we getting a long rest?
What is the devil's bone supposed to be?
Rolling Bones, that's a dice game.
Dice line. Okay.
That it's like D6s. So you guys would roll D6s against each other.
Yeah.
And then I mean that'd be a decent one.
What did James suggest?
James?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear what got asked of me.
What did you just say?
Oh, I was asking if we're coming back and playing these like next session, and if so, are we getting a long rest in between?
This could be a multi-day event. Could
Okay, if that's the case,
set up a tent outside the festival grounds.
Okay. Lumpkin would like to do a suitor's claim and blow his inspirations and vicious mock and try to get something off this prize table.
1 vote for a suitor's claim.
I've got no interest in suitor's claim.
I think Lumpkin's the only one that would care about this one.
Yeah, I mean, whether we do that now or later. I don't care. I'm down with that. I'm down with the
Pie
Whatever that
eating is for everybody can do the pie eating though, so let's just knock it out.
Rolling Bones, everyone can do too,
Yeah, let's do that one.
or Devil's Bones.
Devil's Bones. Yeah. Truthers Dice sounds fun. I'm guessing it's like you just lie about your dice. But I don't know how you can really do that.
You do a 2 GM roll, and then
Okay.
so I can see them, but the rest of you can't.
You guys scared of taking on Blumpkin in a Constitution challenge?
No, we can do the pie eating contest. It would kind of fit with the story.
Okay. Yeah, pie
Kind
eating
of got some
contest.
monkeys.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, you guys are right next to the pie eating contest after the drinking contest. Pretty much all of you besides Blumpkin kind of stumble over, not even realizing it's a contest per se, just like you're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck up these pies. They look so tasty."
Dude, I want some pie.
I'm about to fuck this pie up.
Blumpkin's just playing like a little like bass line, like some walk up music, like getting and that's gonna be a bardic inspiration. And he's gonna go, snap your fingers. You know, like start doing like a little bit of like
Kronk
like
looks
shaking.
over to
He's gonna bless
John.
himself too.
Kronk looks over to John and Rick, and he's like, ha, ha. He has to inspire himself to eat a pie. Ha, ha.
It's the best way to eat a pie.
I mean, John's
No,
gonna rub
no,
his
no.
stomach, guide
Drunk.
himself more.
Drunk is the best.
All right. So are we doing these rolls? Constitution?
Yeah.
I just want a high five from the vendor, to be honest. That's all I'm going for here.
All right. And then Blumpkin's going to roll a d4 for bless.
So everyone's looking to beat an 8,
All right. See you bitches in the second round.
except the lowest gets kicked out anyways. Oh, Rick Shaw, can't drink, can't eat.
I'm a mouse.
Oh, I forgot you didn't
Even though
change back.
Even though I definitely rolled that as a goblin, but still,
It works.
the same thing applies. There's a rat in my pie.
Oh, Kronk, did you get knocked out? Couldn't beat an 8, bro.
You're muted.
Well,
Bro, I'm hammered drunk. What the fuck?
All right.
So,
we're
yeah,
down
Rick-
to the final 2.
I got the spins.
Rick Shaw and the mouse just kind of like starts nibbling a little burrow into the pie and just quickly like falls asleep. It like makes a little nest in there. Stops eating.
It's so
Stops
warm.
eating once he can curl up and just kind of fall asleep. And then yeah,
I'm just facing my pie.
Kronk
Sleep.
Kronk didn't even like know this was a pie eating contest. He's just like slowly like raw, like just shoveling pie into his face in a very slow pace, like, huh? Looking at people like frantically eating around him, like, huh? What? Huh?
Why are y'all eating so fast?
I'm pretty fucking done.
All right. So the two of you passed. You at least get a high five. So now you got to beat a 12.
Bang.
20. Nat.
Wow.
20.
He's also blessed up. 23. Welcome to the Jordan game.
Bro just ate every pie at the shack.
I'm guiding myself again.
Oof.
He ate Jesse's pie and told him to fuck off.
It's not enough to get
6,
up
7,
there.
He-
8.
Excuse me.
Not
He ate
quite
John's
12.
pie.
And for good measure, Blumpkin's gonna use cutting words. Like after he just like faces a pie, like just basically doesn't even chew, just like swallows it. He just like looks over and just basically insults all of half orcdom and how he got beat by a half elf. And is going to deduct 9 from John Smith. Just put him into the dust.
Damn. Not much of an eater yourself, I see, John.
So now
Seems
it's,
us drunkards.
yeah, it seems the alcohol has filled up too much room for any of the drinkers to keep going. Blumpkin was able to. He had extra space in his stomach, but
He
Now-
won with words.
now it's just a contest against himself, and for that crit, instead of a 16, you just got to beat a 12 again.
Hey, Rook.
I cannot see what that rolled. My window just went away. What I
That
get?
was a
That is a-
3.
She
that
said
was a very bad roll.
Also,
A
that was a
3.
con. That was a con save, not a con check. So you might have just saved yourself. Roll a con check.
Yeah, I can't get my window back up.
Do you want me?
You're just gonna tell me what I roll. Here, I have my character sheet. I can't get to the actual screen.
19
What's that?
Constitution.
Let's go. Okay. And what are we going to, like the 4th round now?
Now, yeah, you shovel another pie into your gullet. Now you're in round 4. You
Don't
gotta
eat me.
You got to beat a 20. Oh, and he just falls short.
Wait. Can you roll me a D4? Because I'm still blessed.
It won't
I
matter.
mean, it won't matter.
It's not going to get you to 20.
You guys didn't say what I got. I don't know what I got.
13.
Okay, and then so roll a D4 and then also
Roll D4 and then also what?
Yeah, you
a
broke up.
D10 for Bardic Inspiration.
1D4. You got 3. 1D10. Oh, it's a 1.
What? That's what happens when you let a DM
SOL.
roll.
13.
Can't eat shit.
14, 15,
John's
16,
gonna pat him on the
17.
back and give him some guidance too.
Oh, okay. So then what's that? Another one more D4?
D4. Yeah, D4.
So yeah, 17,
Better hit.
18, 19, 20, 21.
Wow.
Let's go.
With all the buffs.
Wow.
He paused halfway through, looked down deep inside himself, got some pats on the backs from his brothers in arms, and continued shoveling pie into his face. Not the best look for this bard, but he didn't care. He was going for glory. And now in the 5th and final round, you're looking to beat a 25.
Constitution. All right, here we go.
16.
And then D4.
17, 18,
All
19.
right. And then my final Bardic Inspiration. D10. Son of a bitch. Guide me.
What was that? 19, 20, 21, 22?
23.
23. Anyone got anything else?
You're muted. You're muted.
There's a rat in my pie.
John is giving him some nice shoulder rubs and getting him to feel more confident in himself. Like Kobayashi.
At this point, like everyone's just like rallied around Blumpkin. You got your arms on his shoulders, just like pumping guidance into him.
Eat.
So, I guess roll another D4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blumpkin just relaxes his throat like he's seen women do throughout.
Whoa.
Takes the pie.
Rook is here now. Shh.
Just you also do the you've seen this move before, and you notice there's been a cup of water sitting next to you this entire time, and you just dunk it in there and shove a massive pie glob into your face, and it goes down easier than the previous 4. Just like
I read that book.
Just like Chestnut, the famous bardic eater of chestnut heritage.
Lizzie Goblin.
The crowd not the crowd, but just the people that are around just start, oh, he did it. No one's ever seen anybody complete all 5 rounds before. These pies are just too rich and full to finish.
5 whole pies.
So, yeah, the head of this tent comes over, hands you 30 gold pieces, and starts to walk you towards a big wheel with clickety-clacker on top, and asks you, all right, you get to spin the wheel.
Okay.
Yep.
I got it. So,
do I need to roll like a D100?
No. So, it lands on what's a picture of a broom, and he brings out from the back this small broom, and you realize that it's got a small little switch on it that can click, and I don't know, do you try and click the switch or no?
I call Hugh over, and I give Hugh the broom. I make him do it. My bonus action.
Hugh clicks the switch, and then this broom shoots out of his hand and just goes immediately to the pie that Rick Shaw is sleeping in, and just vigorously starts trying to clean this mouse covered in pie as best as it can, just like, and Rick Shaw wakes up from his drunken nap. What the hell's going on?
Just a little more on the belly. Just a little more on the belly.
And once it gets most of the pie crust off of Rick Shaw, it flies towards Kronk and just straight at his face where it's covered in pie, and just starts going back and forth on his face vigorously, bristles knocking pie crust out of every crevice on his metal face. And you realize that the switch makes this broom automatically clean the dirtiest thing nearby.
Okay. I'm putting that into my inventory as magic auto cleaning broom. And you best believe it's going to make an appearance in some kind of future.
I knew you guys were real conservationists.
Yes, this is going to be Blumpkin's tool of control over Rick Shaw. Like, whenever I see trash in the forest, I'll just flick that thing on and be like, yes, Rick, yes, I am one of you.
And with that, just a couple fireworks go. The sun is setting now, and a couple fireworks go off, and everyone knows that this is like the closing ceremony for the festival. And the Harvest Witch Esmeralda walks back up onto the podium and says, "Fear not, for we shall have this festival all week. Please come back tomorrow. If you did not get to experience anything, it shall be here when you return. I hope you all had a wonderful time at this harvest, the Festival of the Harvest, and I bid you adieu." And there's a puff of smoke, and when it clears, she is gone from the podium. And then everyone around is just just clapping, and once the fireworks are over, everyone starts to file out.
Crowd goes wild.
He sure knows how to put on a show.
He's yeah.
Almost as good as Bumpkin.
It's like when Gandalf shows up at the Shire. People love it. He's got the best fireworks in town.
They love it.
Also got that pipe weed.
The pipe weed. You got a druid in the party. He's probably got some connects out in the wilderness.
Some
Lives
I
that
didn't
green light.
I didn't even get a chance to cast Entangle yet.
But yeah, we'll stop it there. You guys can
Yeah, you ran.
set up like a little little tent campground right outside. And we
I'll cast bonfire to create a little bonfire for camp.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
A couple of good berries for anybody who's not full from pie.
Yeah, at this point, Blumpkin is asleep from pie.
Blumpkin unbuckles his belt and he's just laying straight back, just
Yeah, I'm still asleep in my pie. You woke up and to cast. You were just like getting your like glass of water in the middle of the night, and you casted the bonfire. and was like, all right, I'm going back to bed.
Squeak, 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 bonfire.
Yeah, and I'm still passed out.
But yeah, we'll end it there. Not next Wednesday, but Wednesday after that. I think we're gonna try bi-weekly. I mean, actually, this is all set up. If anyone wants to do it next Wednesday, it's
I do, bro. That was
doable. But
No, I could do that.
I mean,
we'll talk. Anyone in chat will be playing Wednesdays at 7:30 is the plan. 7:30 Central Time is the plan. So good to see y'all here. Justin, Alex, Callahan, Frizz, you're still here. Appreciate the watch. Anyone got anything to plug? My cousin, he's got a Fallout playthrough started on YouTube, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can find him at
a sneaky plug.
Not on YouTube at Wasteful Zen. We're playing Fallout and the Metro series as soon as I can figure out how to get OBS to
Dope. So you're on
capture
PC.
Metro. I don't know what happened. Like I was doing Metro just fine with OBS, and then suddenly it started giving me like super laggy video capture off of it. But yes, Wasteful Zen at youtube.com, the website that y'all know how to use.
Put it in the chat.
Plug it in. Yeah, plug it in the chat.
Wasteful. WASTEFUL.
There it is.
Capital ZEN. Right? No space.
Yep. No space. No, you did it.
All right. Any other plugs? Who wants to plug their socials?
There's also a Twitter. Same name.
Blumpkin will be back. Just
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more
Yeah.
Blumpkin antics.
Yeah. If you're trying to
Blumpkin and friends.
here.
There was a relatively low. I think this is our lowest death count or kill count.
No one
Like, nobody
died,
died.
so yeah.
For sure.
Because
So
I
stay
ran
tuned
away.
next week. That was just like the
Just
setup for
know
the next
that
battle.
I gave that no death count to you by running away.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So this was a
we
very
unlocked an achievement we didn't know was out there.
this was a very hidden achievement. This was a very PG session for the most part. If you guys want killing, be sure to tune in the following weeks after this.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, next time I'll show you my giant toad.
Is that a euphemism?
Yes. And no.
All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. But
Good
All right.
night, everybody.
peace.
Bye.